Anthropic recently released an economic research report that included this cool looking pie shaped graph depicting what they characterized as AI capabilities and utilization across occupational categories, which has resulted in a ton of LinkedIn posts and analysis. In this video, I'm going to add my perspective to the discussion and what I think a lot of people are missing in their analysis about what it means for the construction industry. So let's get into this. So when we look at this highly cited table, which was part of an economic research report that was published March 5th, 2026, and available on the internet here, context matters with any data set. First and foremost, this is a snapshot in time, right? It's no AI's capabilities and utilization today is no indication of what that's going to look like in the future. Two, when I initially look at this, I was frankly surprised at construction AI theoretical capability today being represented as low as it is. So I took a look at what underpins the data that is illustrated in the table, and one of the things is this ONET database, which essentially aggregates all construction functions into one bucket, everything from project management to physical craft work, essentially people swinging hammers, putting work in place, all in one bucket. So as we can imagine, AI theoretical capability for physically putting work in place at this point is very low, but on the other end of the spectrum, AI capability around potentially project management functions and estimating is very high. So that's skewing the data. Another thing is construction is more than physically putting work in place or supporting physically putting work in place. It includes a lot of other categories here, right? From management, business, finance, legal, office and administration, sales. There's probably a few more. And a lot of these have very high AI theoretical capability. So what do I think this all means? Well, one, I think that people might be incorrectly assessing based on this information that the construction industry is safe from AI disruption. I think quite the opposite. It's totally true that a lot of construction functions are a tougher problem set than maybe some of these other occupational categories, but there's a lot of smart people working on this challenge, fueled by a lot of venture capital money, and there's nothing to suggest that they're not going to be able to achieve outcomes that provide highly disruptive technologies to the construction industry. I also think that as these theoretical AI capabilities expand, we're going to see much more rapid adoption than we're used to seeing for technology within the construction sector, driven by the economic realities. And what do I mean by that? Well, the market essentially considers construction to be a commodity. So when we look at a general contractor, for example, how do they compete for projects? Generally, it's their fee and their general conditions and general requirements, which are the enabling elements of a construction budget, things like supervision that help support the construction process. Well, these tools are going to directly impact the supervision category. Contractors are going to be able to do more with less at less risk, which is going to change the economic landscape of estimating a construction project. So you're going to have early adopters, and everyone else is going to, I think, be forced to adopt these tools to remain competitive. It really is an exciting time to be alive. So what do you think? I'd love to hear your comments. Drop them below, and I'll see you in the next video.